Hello, everyone. It's the hardcore legend Mick Foley wishing a nice day to everyone there, right there at True Heel Heat. Yeah.
Yes, it is I, Holly Cameron, and I'm in your phones, but I'm also making an appearance on True Heel Heat. I've been told it's a fantastic podcast. Why haven't you had me on it then, huh? Where's my invitation? I think you guys need to feel the wrath. I'm at Comic-Con today, but I think we need to get some, some wrath in the show. So let me know.
Hello. It is me, your True Hill Phenom, SP3, and we are live on the True Hill Heat YouTube and Facebook for Rated Raw review number 98. John Cena tapped out like a little bitch. Discussing last night's Monday Night Raw, the post Saturday night's main event, John Cena's final match edition of Monday Night Raw, the December 15th episode where Gunther had his first reaction following his massive win over John Cena in his retirement match. And we got a lot to discuss from this week's show. And to do that, I am joined by my esteemed colleague. He is the resident True Heel alcoholic himself, Top Guy JJ. How are you feeling, sir?
Good, man. Got a couple days off coming up. Got to finish off this Christmas, and we off to the races. But damn, what a weekend, huh? A lot of opinions, huh? A lot of opinions, and a lot of hearts being broken, a lot of anger. You know, a certain man with certain letters is now probably going to become an on-screen character because he's the most hated man alive right now. You know, lots happening, you know, and more to come, clearly.
So you mean someone's living their best life because they became the biggest topic after John Cena's retirement match.
Not see the smile on that man's face? I won. And he literally is like, I won. Yo, all you heartbroken
He's like, I
marks,
got away with it too. I
yo,
got all
right in the palm of his
their
hand.
money.
It is actually laughable
Damn shame.
how he has them all right there. They're all just there. And they don't even, and most of them don't even know it.
I don't know if I go that far to say they're in the palm of his hand, because I don't think he intended on him getting more heat than Gunther. So, like, yeah.
All right. One thing, he ain't stupid. He may be a shitty booker, but he ain't stupid.
He's selfish, but he ain't stupid.
Exactly. He ain't stupid. Why do you think he was a part of the lead of the pack of people? That motherfucker knew what was coming. He ain't dumb.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. No. JJ, that's actually been confirmed that he did not know that he literally. That's why he looks behind him, because he didn't think that they were booing him. He thought Gunther was still out there. That's been reported. That's been confirmed already. He was not expecting them to have that vitriol towards him. He expected to get booed, but to get booed more than Gunther in the finish, he did not expect that. And he showed that he should. No. I'm not getting. You're getting worked, actually. This is worked inception, because you think I'm getting worked, but you're the one who's actually getting worked. Because if you watch the post show, you can tell Triple H did not expect AEW chants, and he was rattled. He's stuttering over his answers. No, dude. Even before the AEW chants, he's stuttering over his answers. He keeps looking back. He's telling jokes, which is Exhibit A. This is why I don't understand why WWE fans are saying, "Oh, he's telling jokes. He's not rattled." Telling jokes is Exhibit A of nervousness, of rattledness, of being off your game.
100%.
Yeah, and he's an arrogant person as well. So that's why his joke was, "Oh, I thought you'd be louder." Do you want to talk about that? He's like, "No," and then he goes into full on explanation mode of trying to explain the finish. He was not expecting that, bro. That whole post show is confirmation. He may have expected some boos. He did not expect that reaction.
Well, he better take that shit and run with it. He better take that shit and run with it. If you couldn't see the writing on the wall, like, bro, there was literally not one anti-John Cena person in that building.
But it's also a thing with Triple H is that, no, he's not stupid. He is selfish, but he's also unbelievably arrogant to the point that he did not think he would get any heat for that. That's how arrogant he thinks. Everything he does is the greatest thing ever, and the fans are supposed to cheer me. Fans are supposed to praise me. I did good. That's a great finish. That's John. That's why he went into the full explanation mode of, this is what we do. I follow tradition. This is what you always done. Even though, JJ, I've done the research, every single person that would be around John Cena in the top 10 greatest WWE superstars of all time, they all won their final matchup in WWE. Hulk Hogan, The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Undertaker, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, all won their last match in WWE. John Cena did not. So he is special. He's the only one of the top greatest superstars of all time in the way that he did too.
I mean, it was very unsurprising, obviously, the result. But and I don't know. And obviously I see how many, everybody is literally fucking wishing they could put a fucking steak knife through Triple H right now. But honestly, seeing John Cena in that reaction, he was relieved. He was relieved.
Cena, yeah, you're right.
He was relieved.
You're 100% right with Cena.
He's like, when he did that, I'm signing off. I'm done. Like, I'm done. Like, that's it. No more bullshit. No more booking conversations. No more having to capitulate to somebody else's rules. No more having to cool them with it. Cool them with it. Cool, I like it. Cool them with it. Yeah, let's do it. That sounds great. No more of that. That was done. It's over. It's over. That man is never coming back in a wrestling ring. He is never, like, he's not somebody that clearly appears that has a struggle for finances. He's done. He's done. That was a checkout moment right there. Like, fuck this shit.
The only reason that I'm not 100% in belief of that is because of something that my missus told me. And my missus does not watch wrestling regularly, but she does know WWE probably better than anyone I could talk to about WWE. And she said, tell me how many people had their final match when they said it was their final match. And I was like, yeah, zero. Zero,
Yeah, no,
actually.
it's 100% true.
Except maybe Batista. And that's why I have at least 60% that John Cena, that was his final matchup, because Batista and Cena have followed kind of the same game plan when it came to Hollywood. They latched on to a big money superhero blockbuster role, and they've held on to it, and they haven't let their ego get in the way of that. The Rock.
Yeah.
So I think they have a better chance than anybody of not wrestling again. However,
the never say never is always gonna apply when it comes to the wrestling business. It's always gonna apply. I just think John Cena's a different creature, yo. I just think he's a different creature. This man is what, 48, 49 years old. He is somebody that doesn't even want children. Like he's somebody that truly wants to enjoy the fruits of all the labors and all of those lottery tickets that he's been talking about for years and years and years. And he is going to try to cash in on every single one of them. And he doesn't need the wrestling lottery ticket no more. He doesn't need it. He just comes off as somebody so different. Like when he was in the business, he was the business. And him giving Gunther that gift of becoming the most hated wrestler, because he's not the most hated person. He's the most hated wrestler for the short term. He's like, I did my job. I'm done. I'm good. And don't color me shocked if he never returns to an in-ring match. Like, we'll probably see him again, but to an in-ring match, the way he left was a real sign-off. That was a sign-off. That wasn't like some defiant, oh, he's trying. He did all of that, but who leaves with a smile on their face?
Sure. King Ellie Shell says, not counting HBK, he lost at WrestleMania 26 against The Undertaker. The Saudi Arabia match doesn't count for me. I don't care what counts for you. I count what actually happened. I count reality. Yeah. We don't count
it was a main event to a pay-per-view at the time.
We don't make exceptions to protect your fandom. We just tell you what actually happened was HBK won his last match in the company.
That is 100% true. Yeah, it happened.
It factually happened.
It doesn't matter if it counts as a fan. It counts in the record books. You can look it up on Google, and that match has video. It has a time length. It has a victor, and it has a loser.
It happened. Why it happened? Some bad reasons and a lot of money, but it happened. It did actually happen, and it did give us one of the worst matches.
It might be of all time. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah, it's one of the worst matches of all time. But that's the place that it has in wrestling history. It's in history.
Exactly. It is what it is, y'all. It is what it is. But any other thoughts did you have on the Saturday night's main event or the reaction to Triple H or anything involving the weekend?
I I thought the show overall was okay. Like I thought it was. I liked everybody saluting John at the end of all their matches. I thought that was a nice little touch. I was mightily disappointed, even though it was fairly predictable, of Drew McIntyre randomly getting involved in Oba and Cody. Like why? Like it's like that shit just annoyed me. Like it was like what the
this company is cowards. They won't do the right thing, which was Oba wins.
like, and these were supposed to be exhibitions, so they technically wouldn't have counted against their win-loss records, even though there's video evidence of it. But they were all listed as exhibitions to begin with. So Bailey doesn't have an official loss to Sol Ruka. Like it just, that shit was just stupid. But it was a WWE send off, so they did, I think, well with just tributing him throughout the night. The Tron of his entrance was absolutely amazing. Like that was awesome. The fans in Washington was absolutely electric. Like that they showed the fuck out. Like that was an emotional fan base, which was really good to see. So there was some good parts. The match itself between John and Gunther was fucking incredible to me. I mean, for him to have his that is John Cena's final match, and for him to go out that way, and for to have a display, and you get the glimpses of the old Cena, you get in the AA through tables, you get in the top rope leg drops, you got some flashes of old John Cena. The really cool part of he got the whole arena. This is the last time in the whole fucking building you can't say. There's some absolutely cool fucking moments in that match, which it was good. And that's why I think when he did that sign off, he's like, I did my job. I did my job. And he's not coming back, but somebody's going to be on a show in 48 hours. Let him carry the mantle. And I thought that was absolutely like admirable from him, because I believe in my heart that John Cena wanted to lose that match. Like, I don't believe he wanted to win.
But the thing is that most wrestlers want to lose in their retirement matchup. But my next question to you is, do we now live in an era where the right decision is to let the guy win their retirement matchup? Because the universal love that Sting's retirement got has a lot to do with him being able to win, and it was a happy goodbye. And then, even though we weren't in attendance for it, some people will look back on the Boneyard matchup for The Undertaker as a happy goodbye for that guy. And then we got coming up in 3 weeks, January 4th in the Tokyo Dome, Hiroshi Tanahashi. Most people think that he should win against Okada to close out his career. I think that, in my opinion, I think we do live in a world now in 2025 where the right decision is to let the hero be the hero one final time. I don't think you would get this split, or probably it's more louder the negative over the positive that you got with this result if Cena won.
Now, here's where it's twofold. I would be cool with John Cena wanting and taking the loss. Here's where the twofold part comes for me. Y'all spent the entire year and a half monitoring him as the greatest of all time. The greatest of all time. Not of the generation, not of this generation, not of the past generation, of all time. If he is truly in what y'all have been marketing for about 20 months, the greatest of all time should have won in his final match. Yeah. Because he's the greatest of all time. You don't lose when you are said to be number one in your entire wrestling's industry history. You should not lose that match. That is where twofold comes for me. Is I know John Cena wanted to lose. I there's something that you could just honestly just feel it in your soul that you know that he did not want to win that match. But when you have been given that moniker, you were supposed to go out on top.
I also think that the booking of the retirement tour necessitated him going out on top. I said it earlier today on Fightful Overbook. I'll say it here. I think that Brock Lesnar squashing John Cena will go down as top one of the greatest booking blunders of Triple H's career, because it was so unnecessary. It didn't need to happen. You never got a payoff to that whole angle. And then Cena saying the reason is we need to build up Brock Lesnar. If John Cena is number one, if John Cena is number one, the greatest, biggest star of the last 25 years, you don't have to go through too many names till you get to Brock Lesnar on that list. So the fact that he's on that list as well, there's no reason to build him up. I don't care if he's retiring next year. You do not need to basically take away a date and make fans sad before his retirement for John Cena by making him get squashed by Brock Lesnar. I feel like even WWE could have recovered from the ill-fated heel turn with most of what they've done since he turned babyface. The Cody matchup, the AJ Styles match, Logan Paul stuff, the stuff with Dom, that stuff would have been enough for us to be like, you know what, the heel run didn't work, but man, the second half was great. But there's a big fucking turd in that meal, and that turd is fucking Brock Lesnar.
And it was for no reason. That's for no reason. It was for no reason.
And that's why I think that they like, people want to say, oh no, the fans were upset because of the finish of the matchup. Me personally, I think the reaction to Triple H is a microcosm of how he's booked this retirement tour. He did not let Cena be the big American hero that we have grown up see, Super Cena, like people are saying in the chat. He did not allow him to do that once. He had matches against heels like Logan Paul, Dominic Mysterio, but Dominic Mysterio gets cheered as much as he gets booed. Logan Paul, it doesn't seem like the wider world of professional wrestling accepts him. So I don't think that really counts either. And the perfect thing to do is to have him beat a rival who doesn't lose anything by losing to Cena. That's why, personally, if you are going to do John Cena wins his final matchup, it's not against Gunther. It's against Brock. That's how you make up. That's how you make up for that squash. Is you make Brock the final opponent and Cena overcomes him, so we can see Cena be the hero one last time.
Well, it makes sense, but it ain't happening. And unfortunately, so and it's you got this guy, and it's almost they would try to fucking brainwash your fucking mind and tell you that, oh, we gave him his triumphant moment in his hometown in Boston. That would essentially be their comeback, is that's their hero moment for John Cena during his tour, is with him having 3 to 4 dates left. We gave him his moment in Boston and he won a championship in front of his people. This is not the final match. This is not his final moment. The final moment of John Cena's wrestling career to wrestling fans, because people are not going to see it from both sides, is watching the man that monikered for almost about 20 years, because he didn't do the Never Give Up until
he gave back in 2004.
So about 20, a little over 20 years. Never give up, which he has not done. In his final moment, he taps out. Like, he didn't just lose to a powerbomb. He didn't just lose to getting like absolutely onslaughted and John Cena just couldn't get up and he lost via pinfall. He lost via his moniker. And that is going to insult so many millions of John Cena fans that they are just by nature are going to absolutely hate Triple H. And the fact that you can be that narcissistic to not see that reality, I have to change my opinion. It does kind of make you stupid.
Yes. Or just like, I think that he's just unbelievably arrogant. Like his head is over here. Like it's just, he thinks that he can do no wrong. He thinks that he's an omnipresence in wrestling. He is the God. I created everything. I am moving heaven and earth for your enjoyment, for your entertainment. Dude, that's how Triple H comes off.
He comes off as he's the man that built WWE. Like, he's the one that has served you this product for our entire childhood, our entire adult life of watching wrestling. It is because of that man. It is because of Paul Levesque, and we should be getting on our hands and fucking knees, and we should be saying, thank you, kind sir. Make me broke, make me miss my rent, get me evicted, but I will come to your show still.
I will still give you money. I promise you. I will give you money.
Like the level of arrogance is actually, this is unseen. This is actually unseen. Like for somebody to be that blind, but you can see it all. But then that's why in my mind, it's like, yo, this man with this stupid energy and this arrogant, the world has given him a golden ticket to become a character on television.
I'm gonna take yesterday's opening segment as the hope that WWE finds a way to transfer all this heat to Gunther.
Because
he's the guy that can handle
some of that. You know he's taking some of that shit.
So what you're telling me is I can introduce the next premium live event and get all the booze, get louder heat than everyone else on the show.
He's
this
like,
is what we do.
If they got that much passion, I want some of it.
Ooh, I want some of that. Ooh, yeah.
It's like seeing a hot girl on the beach. Like, oh, I need that. Oh, I need that. Oh shit, I need that in my life, even though I have no use for it. But I need that. I need that shit. Oh, you getting it all? Nah. I gotta be all up in your video now.
All up in the video. He is really turned into like a modern Diddy. It's hilarious to me. But let's get into last night's Monday Night Raw. Raw. Yes, we shall. Monday Night Raw. I forget, where did it take place from last night? I'm trying to look it up in my notes. I don't think I wrote it down in my notes. Let me check online then. Let me see here. It took place from Hershey, Pennsylvania. I thought the crowd sucked last night.
I mean,
outside of the opening segment.
Outside of the opening segment, yeah, they were ass, and they were very PG. It was so PG. Like, yeah, oh my God, they were so PG. If you were supposed to get the kind of heat that he should have gotten, we should have been hearing "fuck you, Gunther" chants. You should have been like the asshole. Like, Adam Pearce should not have been the one to resonate the crowd to start chanting "asshole." Like, you suck. God, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. And I was so disappointed in PA for that. I'm like, bro, this is a wrestling city. And y'all didn't know the assignment. Like, Gunther should have. That's why the motherfucker was laughing so much. Because it's like, all y'all could do is boo. Y'all weak. Y'all weak. Like, it should have been like, fuck you, Gunther was like the one that I was like, that should have came out of PA's fucking cores right there. But it didn't. All they got was you suck.
You know what's very funny to me personally? I think I found it funny that a lot of people kind of thought that this show was gonna kick off with like something akin to Roman after WrestleMania 33, and we were in the building for that. This paled in comparison to that Roman segment. Like Roman couldn't even breathe without being booed out the building and fuck you chants and delete chants throughout that whole that whole segment lasts like 5-6 minutes because it's 4 to 5 minutes of boos and jeers and chants. Like this one for Gunther, this was good heat. This is better heat than what Dom was getting back 2 years ago, or what Don Callis gets on AEW television, where it feels like more of a bit than you actually hate this person. This felt like hatred for what he did on Saturday. So I'll take that. We do have a few super chat donations we can get into before we get into this opening segment here. Chuck Berries with a super chat donation. Thank you so much, Chuck Berries, for the support. He says, still can't stand Triple H as a booker, nor a human being. But I have to admit that WWE accomplished what they wanted, and that is everyone's undivided attention for better or worse.
So I said he got a golden ticket. So he got a golden ticket. Man's got a golden ticket. Whether it's got fucking, whether it's got piss on it or not, he's got a golden ticket.
Thank you, Chuck Berries, for the super chat donation. We got another super chat donation here from Volop. Volop says John Cena can now be full-on brand ambassador position until the Saudi Mania, at least. And hey, they got the spot open since Mick Foley has morals. Thank you, Vala, for the super chat donation. Yes, it was announced today by Mick Foley on social media that he is officially parting ways from WWE and has no intention to re-sign with them under a new Legends deal. He said that he basically put out a long statement saying that he has basically taken into account the WWE support and affiliation with President Donald Trump. And after the passing of Bob Reiner and what Trump said in his tweets following the Reiner family's murder that happened over this past week, Mick Foley says, I can't do it anymore. He says, I'm disgusted by WWE and the fact that they keep supporting him. So I don't want anything to do with WWE. I appreciate WWE. I love WWE for everything they gave me in my career, but I just can't stand with them when so much of our morals do not align.
Good for him. Good for him. And that's that old soul right there. That's that old soul right there. And you know, not many people is gonna follow behind it because most people don't got old souls. But you know, good for him. And that, you know what Mick chose? Mick chose peace. Mick chose peace. He don't want to. He's not gonna sit there and okay. Can you go to Pittsburgh for an autograph signing? Can you go to this place and sign? He's like, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. And the more people starts to get that burnout feeling from this company, it's going to get louder. That people are just going to become just... And if crazy is that they're working less days, but it just seems like more people is doing more stuff that they don't support more, which is kind of counterproductive. But you know, listen, good on Mick Foley, and I'm glad that he's in a position to be able to do that. And you know, best wishes to him as he tries to carry on his life as normal as possible, because you know, he's been super loyal to that company for almost 30 years.
Annika asks what that crackhead say about Reiner, and I will read this, but this is the words of the president of JJ's president. I'm no longer. I'm in the UK. I'm back in the UK.
You got a residency, bitch. Shut up. You got a residency, nigga. Your government ID has a state from this country, bitch. Go ahead and read your fucking quote.
President Trump says, A very sad thing happened last night in Hollywood. Rob Reiner, a tortured and struggling but once very talented movie director and comedy star, has passed away together with his wife Michelle, reportedly due to the anger he caused others through his massive, unyielding, and incurable affliction with a mind-crippling disease known as Trump derangement syndrome. I did not read this before right now, and I'm blown away. When you know the other details to Rob Reiner's passing, this is unbelievably tone deaf and just put your dick on the table energy of I don't give a fuck by Donald Trump. He says sometimes referred to as TDS. He was known to have driven people crazy by his raging obsession of President Donald J. Trump. Mind you, this is Donald J. Trump saying this, with his obvious paranoia reaching new heights as the Trump administration surpassed all goals and expectations of greatness. And with the gold age of America upon us, perhaps like never before, may Rob and Michelle rest in peace. Mind you, Rob and Michelle Reiner were murdered, stabbed to death. I think their son is one of the suspects in this whole murder. And this came mere days after Rob Reiner released a public, basically, admonistration against the Trump administration. The timing of that seems like a Goodfellas movie to me. I don't know about y'all, but the fact that he came up with a anti-Trump video that went public and went viral, and then a few days later he gets murdered at home. That's all I'll say. That's all. I'm not gonna put any other conspiracy theories out here. I'll just say the timing of that is a little strange.
I'm gonna refrain from any comments on here because if I say anything, this show is gonna get fucking clipped. No matter what happens here, somewhere along the line, if anything gets more than 100 views or anything that gets viewed on social media, it'll somehow leak back. And then all of a sudden something to happen. So nope, I ain't going down that slope. I'm good.
Oh man, yes. Props to Mick Foley for separating himself.
Yep, that's all you could do. Is separate yourself from the shit, live your life, and choose peace. That's why I keep saying choose peace. Because if you go the other way, you will get burned. And that is damn near a guarantee, especially if you're in any form of public eye. So I'm choosing peace.
We open the show with a rather nice look back at the John Cena's final matchup, the whole night, as well as the fight he had with Gunther. The fans being all the way with Cena until the very end, and then the locker room came out to give him his send-off. And of course, WWE took the privilege of editing out all the boos.
WWE, we could go ape shit on. Fuck them. We we could go batshit crazy on this fucking company. But when it comes to somebody that literally has the world at their disposal, nah. We good on that.
We kick off the show with that ring general, Gunther, who comes out to massive amounts of boos. Yes, the fans are not happy to see Gunther following his victory at Saturday night's main event. The fans remind Gunther that he tapped out. And well, Gunther kind of looks confused. He's like, but I made this guy tap out. What are you talking about? He says he waits, he pauses for a second. I thought the timing of Gunther on this whole entire episode was masterful. Just the way that he looked at the crowd, he smiled before getting on the mic. And then he gets on the mic and he says, at Saturday night's main event, I defeated John Cena in his final matchup. I made John Cena tap out like a little bitch. and then drops the mic to massive. The boos get even louder as he drops that line saying that Cena tapped out like a little bitch. Drops the mic. That's that. Gunther goes to leave, but then he comes back and he poses to get even more heat. Then he goes to leave where he's getting drowned out by boos as he's heading to the back. But then he comes back yet again and he goes all the way around the ring. He climbs on the announce table where he grabs the mic again and he says, I made John Cena tap out like a little bitch. And then he poses on the announce table, and then they put the cherry on top of all of this, because this is just a masterclass on a heel drawing and milking every bit of heat from a crowd. This is one of the most genuine boos that we've heard from somebody on WWE television in such a long time. WWE has something very, very special in Gunther, and then they followed it up to show us the reaction of the locker room. We get Gunther, who leaves through the back, but they follow him through the gorilla position, where some wrestlers aren't happy with what he just did, including Otis and Akira Tozawa. He says that he should be really proud of himself, and he's like, I am. And he walks away. He then pulls up on R-Truth. R-Truth confronts him and calls him a piece of trash, and Gunther says, yeah, sure, and then blows him off as well. Then Raw general manager Adam Pearce gives Gunther probably the best tongue lashing out of everybody, as he doesn't like what Gunther just did. He was like, he beat John Cena. That's all fine and dandy, but you just then had to disrespect his legacy, spit on his legacy, and that makes him an asshole. He says that he's also done for tonight. He tells him to find his way to the exit, and Gunther says, I'm already going there. So he just keeps walking, strutters to the exit. He walks out of the building, and at his car is another one of John Cena's last opponents, AJ Styles. Styles is waiting for Gunther in the parking lot. Gunther mocks him and then gets in his car to leave. We get a nice little stare down that got a good reaction from the fans. Then, as Gunther gets in his car and he goes to leave, he pulls down the window and he says, you can't see me. Nothing, you can't see me. Motion to AJ. Gunther was an absolute menace to the society, and I loved every moment of this. This worked so well. The fans were all over Gunther and booed him out the building, and I thought that Gunther could not have played this up, milked the crowd as much as he can. He played this to perfection. He was magnificent during this whole segment, including the backstage stuff. We did get a little hint on what his next challenge will be, as we heard from Otis and Akira Tozawa during one of the ad breaks, where Otis says that if Gunther doesn't shut up, maybe he'll have to shut him up himself. Yeah, sure, Otis, that's worked well for you before. So, like I said, I thought this was a great segment. I thought this was probably, spoiler alert, the segment of the night. But I do have nitpicks as well, because you know me. I can say something is great, but I can give a nitpick that makes it perfect. The one thing, Otis. Why is Otis going to be the first opponent for Gunther? That's one. Two, AJ Styles is one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. He is a bona fide legend. And yes, he is retiring next year. So it makes a whole world of sense for Gunther to face him next in one of his matches in the new year. However, everything that I just said about AJ Styles, WWE have seemed to forgot for the last 3-4 years, and they book him like a mid-carder. So Gunther going from John Cena, the greatest of all time, former WWE champion this year, beating him, making him tap out, and he's not directly into a main event picture, whether that's a world title or Roman Reigns or Brock Lesnar. If he's not facing one of those guys, if he's not in a world title match at WrestleMania, that's a step down. Even AJ Styles. They can have the best match at Mania, and I expect them to. But because of how WWE has booked AJ Styles, that is a step down for Gunther coming off the heels of beating John Cena, to me personally. So, and the third one, the reaction that Gunther got, and then them playing up the backstage, the locker room's reaction to what Gunther did, played very eerily similar to the New Day's heel turn last year, where we got massive amounts of heat, where we got the backstage segments, where the locker room were reacting to them, and then Triple H, of course, let us down with the follow-up to all of that. I'm hoping this is different, and in Gunther's, in support of Gunther, he has the complexion for the protection. JJ, what did you think of this?
First, I think Gunther, I hope that right after all of this, you called John Cena and just said thanks. Because that was John Cena's gift to Gunther. And my God, he took that shit and ran a perfect sprint. Because he had everyone in that building hating him almost as much as we hate someone else. And he just basked in it. He had the perfect heel reaction. He had the just laughing at everybody's pain, laughing at everyone's hate. And he, when he hit that, he started talking. He was like, all right, y'all getting louder on this introduction of my words. It's like, wait till you hear what the fuck I gotta say next. And then I love when somebody delivers something with fucking that oomph. And he's like, I made John Cena tap out like a little bitch. Dude, that shit gave me goosebumps. Because I was like, that's how you fucking knock something out the park. Like home fucking run from Gunther right there. Because that shit, that's something that you can't chant for. That shit just creates this, God damn, like that so that react, like that, oh, like it just like, it's like you just made the pain worse. And that's exactly what he did. And he's on his way out and he just backed in it again. And then he just put himself, got good job ringing lighting crew, because it took y'all fucking 15 seconds to fucking get the spotlight on him, because he went onto the ropes in fucking complete darkness. Like good job, y'all. But they recovered and whatever. And then he's leaving again and he comes back again and does that shit again. I was like, oh man, yeah, you are fucking slaying this shit right here. Like, you masterclass of how you fucking absorb that incoming heat that you know is coming. Gunther did absolutely amazing. If John Cena's gift doesn't resonate into Gunther becoming a main player for the foreseeable fucking future, I don't think Triple H could get hated anymore. You could fuck around and get people to stop watching your product.
I mean, I think there's already a risk in that with John Cena retiring. I think that there's going to be a drop in 2026.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, it's John Cena. John Cena's a fucking major draw.
But it's also the fact that he fucked it too. If he doesn't fuck up the retirement run, then I'm like, there's a better chance of these fans sticking around because you did well by their hero. But the fact that you fucked over their hero in his final year, they're more likely to not watch.
Well, guess what WrestleMania's theme is? Double down. So he's gonna double down on the fuckery in 2026. He is literally gonna die on his hill, regardless of what literally any and everyone is going to say. It is his hill, and he's gonna die on it. And I don't even, fuck around. Steph might not even stay on that hill. She might be like, yeah, you need to stay on that bitch by your motherfucking self. I'm gonna take the kids. You could be on that shit on your own. Because this nigga is hitting delusional mind syndrome. Like he is we thought 2025 was gonna be bad was bad with him, and he had John Cena and a whole retirement tour to book. He had a healthy roster, and he lost most of them. Imagine what the fuck he's about to cook up in 2026.
It's gonna be something
Pray
gruesome.
pray for us all.
And you know what's funny? Because we talked about this on the review. A lot of people after the Gunther and Cena matchup were trying to compare the reaction of the fans or that ending, like the level of shock to the Undertaker streak being broken by Brock Lesnar. And I was like, no, I don't see that at all. I think those are two different things, two different feelings, where you have this shocked silence and you don't get the boos until 21-1 show up on the screen, in comparison to shock, then immediate boos that the John Cena result got, and then louder boos when this idiot comes out. I think those are two different things. But
completely.
The way that it is comparable is Brock Lesnar did not need to win, did not need to beat the Undertaker streak to be Brock Lesnar. The only reason that it necessitated Brock Lesnar beating the streak and being the one to get that victory is because of how badly Vince McMahon booked him before that. Him losing to Cena in his comeback matchup, him losing to Triple H. In a similar fashion, the reason why Gunther needed this win against Cena, it's not because it's solidified. Gunther was already a top guy. He's a two-time world heavyweight champion, the greatest intercontinental champion of all time. His place is already cemented. He does get elevated to a next level in a similar fashion to what Brock got elevated to a certain level by winning the streak. But it is necessitated because Triple H has ruined Gunther throughout the rest of 2025. You came into 2025 with him as the world heavyweight champion, and you have this lackluster build up to WrestleMania that culminates with him losing to Jey Uso, who is viewed by many fans to be one of the worst wrestlers, and he tapped out to his own finisher to him. And then to double down on that, what was his next feud? His next feud leads to a 50-50 matchup with a fucking commentator. He does win the world title back from Jey Uso, but at that point, no one believed Jey Uso was even a top guy, so it just made sense to put the title back on Gunther. But you only put it back on Gunther is for him to have the Goldberg retirement matchup and then drop it right back to CM Punk at SummerSlam. So Triple H, despite Gunther being one of the better pushed people in WWE, I wouldn't call that booking that I just described as good. It's better than some people on the roster, for sure. But good? No, I can't call that good. After the ring general you presented in 2024, 2023, 2022, and then he becomes this in 2025, yeah, you kind of had to do the John Cena win to get some of his heat back because you let all of that heat go that he had at the beginning of the year.
Can you just believe the level of, like, I guess we can, because it's the level of inconsistency with everything this place does. It's he didn't need it until he needed it. But at the same time, like the Brock thing, completely incomparable. Like when Brock beat the Undertaker, most of us didn't even believe it for the first 3 to 4 minutes.
No one saw that coming, and no one didn't believe. Yeah, like you're right. No one believed what they had just saw. They thought it was a mistake. They thought it was a shoot. Like
there was no reaction because no one thought that it was even a possibility. And then the fucking light comes up on the screen with the white bold ass words of 21-1. Like they really did this. And then that's when the anger is like, holy shit, like, what the fuck? They just made him fucking lose to Brock Lesnar? Like, then you start to lose your fucking mind.
I think that's the biggest reaction I've ever seen to a graphic in wrestling history.
Dude. But this one here was like, God damn, all y'all had to do was fucking let this shit finish on a good note and let this man go right into the sunset. And y'all can't even do that shit right. Fucking idiots. Now we're booing that shit. Because now it's like, God damn, this was simple. Like, this was simple. There's no streaks on the line. There's no legendary milestones. This man is never fucking wrestling again, according to you guys. Like, goddamn, this ain't that difficult, y'all. Like, let the greatest of all time be the greatest of all time for one final night. Like, fucking morons, bro. Like, goddamn, I swear to God, SP, we chose the wrong careers because, my God, we could book this shit better than they can. And it's like, because we would book it with wrestling mindedness and fucking simplicity. Like, they just don't know how to not get in each other's way.
It just seems like Triple H has open layups throughout 2025 that he decides to launch it from half court. He's completely the lane is open and he just launches it from half court.
With 20 seconds left on the shot clock.
Just launches it.
Like why?
He's not even Steph Curry. He's Shaquille O'Neal. Like,
yo, that's why people are so angry with this man. It's because, like, dog, like, these decisions are falling in your lap, my guy. But you just gotta swerve all the fucking time. Like, it's like, goodness gracious, dude. Like, yeah, you're gonna swerve people into fucking nauseum and just like, yeah, man, fuck this shit. Dog, I already don't watch SmackDown. Like, I already don't watch SmackDown. I don't watch SmackDown on Friday nights. I'm already gone from a complete show from WWE.
You haven't watched NXT in a while.
I will still be completely watching this because I love the time that I get to spend on here with you guys. And I want to be equipped with knowledge to fucking give my piece. But I don't have to report on SmackDown. I don't have to give analysis on SmackDown. So guess what? I don't fucking watch it. So if I lose a purpose of this, now it's like, fuck these people, bro. Like, they're just so, they are mind-numbingly stupid. This place it's really, really annoying.
Me and Josh got asked this on the review where I think it was Dion who said, like, it seems like me and Josh were enjoying WWE less and less this year. And I changed it back and I was like, no, I think it's more of, I enjoy a lot of stuff from WWE this year, except WWE has shown me who they are way too much this year. What they're concerned about. And it's not anything to do with entertaining me.
Oh, you got to get to that super chats. There's two of them, but
I'll get to it. Let me just get through this first matchup here. As we had the Usos versus the New Day. We got a really cool video package going over their rivalry, and I like that type of stuff, like reminding the fans that there's a lot of history between these two teams. Then we get the Usos coming out, making their entrance. The New Day come out with Grayson Waller in their corner. We get early on a Trouble in Paradise by Kingston, which misses. He's taken into the corner where Jay elbows him in the face. Woods gets in with a cheap shot before we go to commercial break. We come back with Jimmy insecuring his way out of trouble, and then he hits the running Umaga attack in the corner. That's cut off, though, as Jimmy gets taken down into the corner for some stomps. Woods kicks him in the face for a 2. Before loading up the Tree of Woe. Kingston's charge misses, though, as he gets crushed against the ring post. The tag brings in Jay, who starts running wild. Jay hits this, he hits a super kick on Woods for a 2. Then he hits this Tope Suicida to the outside on Kofi. And then loudly, I don't know if you heard this, JJ, he loudly says into the camera, crossbody. And then throws Kingston into the ring. He goes on top, just the crossbody.
I was like, so bad. Like, oh my God, dog.
Jey Uso never change. We come back again with Waller interfering, getting ejected for his efforts. We get a double super kick by the Usos, then the double superfly smash with Jimmy only hitting one leg, but it connects though, but they only get a 2 count on that. We get Kingston sends Jay into the steel steps on the outside while Woods hits a tornado DDT on Jimmy on the floor. Back in, they hit the daylight, but somehow, some way, Jay is able to recover and he makes the save. Jimmy is back up and he super kicks Kingston out of the air. We get a spear on the floor on Woods, or whatever Jay calls his running attack. It doesn't look like a spear because we got an actual spear in the ring by Jimmy, who hits it on Kofi, and I'm like, damn, Jimmy's spear is so much better than Jay's. God damn.
Yeah.
Then they pick up Kingston, they throw him to the ropes, they hit the 1D to get the victory here, pick up the win. This one got a lot of time to kick off the show, got 17 and a half minutes, and these two teams just don't know how to have a bad matchup. This was a good matchup to kick off the show. They worked well with each other, showed off their chemistry, and the Usos pick up a big victory to get themselves with some momentum in the Raw Tag Team division. What did you think?
Yeah, I mean, I might beg to differ a little bit. Like this match was cool, but clearly they need to get more. They need more practice together to get that unified, like fucking like that machine like chemistry that they used to have. Because goddamn, bro, like that they mistimed the shit out of that Uso splash. I'm like, goddamn, bro, like yeah, it was good. Like it was a good match, but we're talking about what is arguably the two greatest tag teams in WWE. So the bar is a little bit higher. The expectation is a little bit higher. So, and I ain't gonna lie, when Joe Test said these niggas fought 44 times, I almost didn't want to see the match. I'm like, dog, 44 times?
Dude, I had people who were arguing with me because I put out the John Cena best feuds list last week for Sports Illustrated, and I had Randy Orton at 6. And some people were mad at me saying that Randy Orton's a top 3 John Cena feud, and I'm like, you did not have to live through it. They wrestled. I did my research, JJ. They wrestled 62 fucking times in WWE. That shit. Some of these feuds, they just milk the hell out of them to the point you never want to see them again. And even when they teased it last week, the only thing that made it different is the fact that, you know, New Day are heels and the Usos are faces. But this would have been so much better if they did it last year. At this time last year, they did the Usos and New Day right after the New Day turned heel. That would have worked. This is a one-off Raw matchup. But it could have been so much bigger coming off of their heel turn.
Yeah, like I said, yeah, the match was fine, but it did not have any oomph like anything in their past. Like it was a regular ass match.
We got Chilling with Chase. This is Big Jim out wrestling his brother. Big Jim is the better wrestler. I'm safe to say it after this.
Yeah, that's not even. Yeah. Big Jim he's kind of always been the better wrestler, the cleaner wrestler. Jay is the one that's, you know, more spry. He's in a little bit better shape and whatever, but Jimmy is clearly the better wrestler.
Yeah. Annika says HBK is still somewhat on the tracks with NXT. LOL. What NXT do you watch? Because the NXT that I watch in the year of our Lord 2025, they're the two big women that they pushed on a women's division that has Sol Ruka, Zarya, Jordan Grace, Kalani Jordan, Blake Monroe. The two women that got pushed the most and got NXT women's titles reigns this year were Tatum Paxley and JC Jane. I'm sorry, that's booking malpractice. Triple H and Shawn Michaels are not good bookers. Both of them, the lot of them.
That just hurt me, you even saying all of that. Sure. Right. Yo, NXT is so dead compared to what we had, man.
NXT is a fucking badly written show. that has a group of people who are among the best in the business, and then a group of people who are just learning the business. And sometimes you never know what you're gonna get with a backstage segment or an in-ring match in NXT. So I can't say that he's on the tracks at all.
Yo, SP, do you remember where NXT pay-per-views were, no matter what the pay-per-view was, you had to watch it? Dog, I don't know when was the last time I watched an NXT pay-per-view live. I genuinely don't. I cannot remember. I think the last one I watched live was Stand and Deliver.
Well, there you go. There you have it.
I guess he's on the tracks, but he's not in the station.
Chuck Berry says, wait, 62 times, was that singles and tag team or just singles, SP3? It's singles and tag team. Singles and multi-man action. Orton and Cena have faced each other 62 times.
62 is... Bro, there's 52 weeks in a year.
You remember back in like 2009 where they raised
every main event. They main evented the show for like 6 months.
They were the WWE title match at no, I gotta count Night of Champions because it was Orton, Triple H, and Cena. Then it was Cena and Orton at SummerSlam. 3 weeks later, it was Cena and Orton at Breaking Point in the I Quit match. 2 weeks after that, it was Cena and Orton in a Hell in a Cell matchup at Hell in a Cell. 3 weeks after that, it was Cena and Orton in a Iron Man matchup at Bragging Rights. They had 5 matches in 9 weeks.
That's diabolical, bro. That's diabolical. And whatever. Whatever, bro. Yeah, for the one, that John Cena greatest rivalries, and Randy Orton. I mean, it had its moments.
Yeah.
But that
the 2007 rivalry, I like. When Orton attacked his dad.
To me, I don't know. I don't know how your rankings go, but to me, that shit wasn't holding a candle to him and Edge.
Dude, that was number one. That was number one for me. I said like the best competition Cena had for me as far as like not giving it to Edge was Punk. Because I think Punk had the more iconic and better matches with Cena. But as far as a feud, Edge is the best feud. That feud made Edge a top guy. It solidified Cena as the top guy, and they just had magic. Anytime they interact with one another, we literally got to see the passing of the torch from one generation to another through that rivalry. Because before that, like you go to 2005, Shawn Michaels, Triple H, they are like among the top guys in the company. JBL was a top guy at that time. 2005, 2004, 2003. This was really them being like, okay, now these two guys are the new top guys. Shawn Michaels, Triple H, Undertaker, those guys are winding down their career. These are the two guys you got to pay attention to.
Yeah. No, like, man, that those two, the collection of them two together and the way that they rose together, it's like they needed each other. It was so amazing. So amazing. To live back, and that was to me probably my favorite episode of WWE Rivals.
I don't think I watched that one, but yeah, I just gave it to Edge because, like you said, like that is more important to Cena's career. To me, even I love the matches with Punk. I love a lot of the promo segments with Punk, but the Punk Cena rivalry is way more important to CM Punk than it is to John Cena.
Yeah, but yeah, we digress. But
we got the True Draw Josh in the chat who says NXT has had an identity crisis ever since their partnership with LOL TNA. TNAMC. We got a super chat donation from Andrew Brown. Thank you so much, Andrew.
WWE is killing the business, bro.
We got Andrew Brown. Thank you so much for the super chat donation. He says, here's good news. Saya Kamatani won the Tokyo Sports MVP. Shout outs to Saya Kamatani, one of the best female wrestlers in the world today, the queen of Joshi wrestling, and getting the honor of Tokyo Sports MVP. You guys got to realize that's a big deal. That's basically, this is a award by a publication full of writers who give it to who they believe was the MVP of Japanese pro wrestling in that year. And for a woman to win it, it's very rare. Saray won it, I think, last year. I think Shuri won it in 2022, but Saya's only among like 3-4 women that's ever won this award. So that's huge for her, and she deserves it. She's really been, like I've been saying all year, you know, there's going to be a lot of love for Mercedes and Tony Storm and Io Sky for end of year awards. Saya Kamatani deserves to be in that conversation as well. We got here Chilling with Chase with a super chat donation. Thank you so much, Chase, for the support. He says, if y'all were head bookers, how would y'all handle Roman Reigns politicking to face Cody Rhodes? I would tell him, you're definitely going to face Cody Rhodes. Don't worry. But we got to do it at a bigger show. We should do it at the Saudi Mania. I think you should face CM Punk this year. You gotta wax his ego. You gotta wax his ego. You gotta tell him he's absolutely right. That's a huge matchup, but it's just too big for right now. We can do this matchup that a lot more people want to see, and it would be much better for you in your career at this time. And we'll wait on that one. We'll wait. Don't worry. Which I'm totally giving Triple H speak for. I don't ever plan on doing that fucking matchup.
I would just probably be different. I would just be like, show the fuck up. Show up to work. How about you do that? How about we do step one and you show up instead of once a season? How about once every other week at least? Because your ass is the epitome of the king of vacations. Like, this man, like, and I will always say this, and I love my tribal chief, but this man has this man even appeared on 10 shows this year?
Yeah.
It's probably barely 10. 10 or 11.
Let's see. Royal Rumble. There was the Madison Square Garden Raw where Punk and Seth had their cage match. He was on Monday Night Raw for like 3 weeks during WrestleMania build, and then WrestleMania itself. That's 6 already. He was on the Raw on Netflix premiere against Solo Sikoa. He was on the build-up to SummerSlam twice. He was on the build-up to Crown Jewel twice. He was on the build to Survivor Series twice. So we're already at like near 15.
Say he has 15 appearances this whole fucking year. Like, dog.
We'll round it off. We can give him 20. We can give him 20.
Say 20. John Cena worked more than you this year. Like, and you want to again just be in the main event just cause? Like, when he was the king, like, there's no debate, there's no disputing that. But you just can't be like, oh, you know what? I think the right move is for me to face Cody. Cool. We could do it at the Rumble.
I think I should win I think he sounds like Hulk Hogan. I think I should win the title.
I mean, he should win the Royal Rumble. The Roman Reigns, we said this multiple times. Roman Reigns should win the Royal Rumble. That would require him to show up to work on a weekly basis, because now he is going to have to decide who his championship opponent is going to be. Like, that's his only hold up. Show the fuck up to work. That's the only hold up. It's the only hold up. Starting to get Kawhi Leonard feelings out of you now, dog. Like, just show up.
Oh, that hurt.
Just show up.
Thank you for the super chat donation, Chase. We appreciate you, good sir. We then get some news for the upcoming January 5th episode of Monday Night Raw, where we announce we get official graphic for CM Punk versus Braun Breaker for the World Heavyweight Championship. And then we get an official graphic for another big matchup, which will be the Kabuki Warriors versus Io Sky and Rhea Ripley for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. We then hear from the champions, the Kabuki Warriors. They complain about Io turning on them for Rhea Ripley, and they swear revenge. They say January 5th in Brooklyn, they plan on ending Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. Speaking of which, we heard from Io Sky, or we're planning from hear from Io Sky and Rhea Ripley on this show. They made their way down to the ring for a chat. However, as they were making their way down to the ring, Asuka was sitting in the front row, and she pops out of the crowd to mist Rhea and only got her hair. She did not get her eyes at all. It was kind of obvious. She misted her hair.
Yeah, the close-up kind of fucked that up, y'all.
Sade, Kyrie Sade, and Asuka jump out of the crowd, and they administer the beatdown on the baby faces. They finally get Rhea into the ring, and Asuka is holding her out for Kyrie to hit the insane elbow. Io sacrifices herself and puts her body on the line for her tag team partner as Io hits the insane elbow to the small of her back. They lay out Rhea Ripley as well as they stand tall ahead of their big title match coming up in Brooklyn on January 5th. This was short, effective, to the point. I'm fine with this for this week because it felt a little different from the previous beatdowns and segments that we've had between these two teams, except it's not that much different, if you understand what I'm saying. I need a little bit more creativity put into this thing because it feels like it lost a lot of steam coming out of War Games.
Well, we all know who to thank for that. Because that shit was here's your match next week, and this is what you're gonna there's gonna be a build up. Hey,
except they have two more. They have 2 more weeks to build this up.
Hey, I want a match now versus Asuka. It's fantastic, y'all. You know, just run the same train into the same. It's literally like you going to work. Like, what's your route to work? This is the route that they're gonna go to get to this championship match. It's gonna be the same ass route, and this is no fault to these ladies at all. Clearly, like because they do their part, but damn, like we've been giving this shit so much praise for so long, and then you do that. It's fine.
It's quite obvious that WWE is in a strong holding pattern until the new year. And they have been ever since really Survivor Series for the most part, other than just John Cena retirement. And you want to know the biggest example of a holding pattern, JJ? The Vision is here. Logan Paul and Bronson Reed are happy with what happened last week. We see highlights of Logan Paul and the Vision taking out Rey Mysterio and LA Knight thanks to the Masked Man. But as they're happy talking about what they did to LA Knight, Braun Breaker says they should be taking out CM Punk. Paul thinks that the Masked Man is going to be there, which Paul Heyman overhears him, and he comes up to say that while he doesn't know who the Masked Man is, he'll take the help. He was like, we're getting unsolicited help. This works out for us. Breaker says that he's taking Punk out tonight. But Paul Heyman has to talk some sense into his hothead badass that always seems to be having to learn a lesson in these backstage segments. He says that would be a terrible mistake. He says that he should wait the 3 weeks. It's 3 weeks before Breaker gets to be the champion. They get on the same page, but I just need them. Like you created this guy who, yes, he was more of a hothead, more muscle and aggression than brains. That was what's been established since his days back in NXT. However, you then gave this character agency by allowing him to be the orchestrator of the betrayal of Seth Rollins in the Vision. And all you've done since giving him agency is tell us that he doesn't have any agency at all. He can't think or get to a title match without Paul Heyman. He can't win without the other members of the Vision. This is not how you are supposed to be building up the future top guy, the future top heel of the company. Gunther is the top heel right now. How many matches can you name on two hands that Gunther has needed help to win? I think I can name one, probably, if I really thought about it. Maybe one. Brock Lesnar, when he got built up back in 2002, he had Paul Heyman in his corner. How many matches did he need Paul Heyman to help him in? None really. Roman Reigns, when he was in the Shield, if you remember Survivor Series 2013, Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose get eliminated. Roman's the final one against three babyfaces. He wipes through all three babyfaces and proves that even though he's a heel, he doesn't need the rest of the Shield. He doesn't need Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. That was an effective piece of booking to foreshadow he's going to be a top guy. We have gotten none of that from Braun Breaker since he came to the main roster, and I'm just confused.
They have booked this group to be, to a degree, like a bunch of bitches. Logan Paul is right now essentially ruining this group. So you're telling me you need 4 people to plan for Rey Mysterio. We need to lock in because we're about to fight a 50-year-old that has no friends, no allies, and you're in your prime. What the fuck are we doing here? This is supposed to be a group that has their mindset on taking over the place. Bronson Reed, just a couple months ago, beat Roman Reigns. What the fuck has happened to him? What the fuck has happened to Bronson Reed? Like, he's just an extra that just does damage to people? Like, this group, I don't know, and it's like, the more this is happening, the cheaper they're coming off. This is hurting the stock of Braun Breaker. Like, it's almost to a degree like Braun Breaker needs to be away from this shit. Like Paul and Braun should be one. Because y'all ain't doing shit with Brunson already. And no one needs Logan Paul in anything.
No, he just weighs everything down. He sucks up all the air in the room.
Yeah, it's like you are taking what aura you've created from Braun Breaker away by literally having him surrounded by these people and him not being the main focus. Because clearly when they're in shot, he's not the main focus. No. He's not the main guy. He's just a guy either sitting down or he's a guy on the left or the right, and he is just there. And it just looks off. It just looks off.
So Braun has gotten like clean wins in this past year. You know, he's beaten guys like Penta and LA Knight and stuff like that. But like, why is it that the third guy in the Vision, Bronson Reed, has a better credibility building win against Roman Reigns than Braun Breaker ever got in the past 12 months? That's kind of like, why? Huh? Like so Bronson Reed's getting the shot at the World Heavyweight Championship, right?
No.
No. It's a guy who's never won a significant matchup against any of the top stars. Wait. Huh? You sure?
So what's the signature win in Braun Breaker's time?
With the Vision? I guess it's Penta and LA Knight.
Got it. He's not winning on January.
Jey Uso.
Just so y'all know, he's not winning.
Former World Heavyweight Champion, Jey Uso.
Just know he's not winning on January 5th.
Could it have made that make any more sense?
It's exhaustingly annoying, but then it's like, yo, how you can't even like figure out to a degree, like, what the fuck are they actually trying to do with this set of people? Like, what is their actual mission? Like, what is their vision? It's like four motherfuckers on camera just chatting.
They did announce that LA Knight is going to be on the shelf indefinitely due to Reed's attack from last week. And then we get our next matchup. And if y'all thought I complained about the last segment and thought that was the worst segment on the show, then the bell rang on this matchup. Maxine Dupree defending the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship against Ivy Nile. Dupree slaps Ivy in the face early on. Now double legs her down and hammers away at her before putting Dupree on top, who gave some of the worst ground and pound punches I've ever seen in life. We get a commercial break, and we come back from break, and Nile is working over the neck, but Dupree gets in some kind of head scissors driver that did not look good for a double down. Maxine makes her comeback with some of the worst kicks I've ever seen in life and hits a come on pump kick. A fisherman suplex gives Dupree a 2 count, while Ivy counters another kick into a power bomb, which looked awkwardly set up. Now gets cocky in the corner and gets power bomb out of it, but now ties Dupree into the Tree of Woe. Dupree is right back as she breaks out of it. She pulls down her straps from the Tree of Woe and then powers up and makes her comeback. She goes for the ankle lock several different times. Ivy tries to escape several different times until Maxine wraps on the grapevine with the ankle lock and gets the tap out victory to retain the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship. This was not good. These two women wrestled like they were in molasses. I felt like I was watching this matchup in 0.25 speed, not even 0.5 speed, 2.5 speed, because every single move, counter, maneuver they did in this matchup felt overly choreographed to the point that I can see Maxine thinking about what her next spot is. This was really bad.
I told y'all this for weeks. I told y'all I wasn't falling for this shit. I told y'all this last week and the week before. Getting hyped over these little stupid ass vignettes. I told you they was gonna WWE her ass as soon as her entrance hits. As soon as her entrance hits, she's gonna get WWE'd. And what the fuck happened? We got Maxine Dupree. Not surprised at all from this shit. This shit was ass.
Shit was really bad. Like I'm watching this and I'm just like, oh my god.
But so when they gave her this foggy, gritty look, that's why she was not supposed to be a fine move specialist. And if she would have came out and it would have been ugly and she would have been scrapping and she would have been doing wrestling and not all this counter philanthropy bullshit, it would have come off better if it was ugly. She tried to be pretty and glamorous and technical and all, like, that's what I mean by WWE. She got WWE'd.
I won't deny Maxine is improved. Like she used to wrestle. She used to wrestle like a 1993 WWF women's wrestler. Now she wrestles like a 2000 diva. Like that's an improvement. But she's not good. She's not fine. She's not solid. She's very green. She's extremely green in the ring.
Did you see those spinning kicks?
Dude, the spinning kick is where I was just like, okay, I'm done. I'm done. I got to be honest tomorrow.
And multiple attempts at it too.
Dude, when she got her leg stuck and she just like was like couldn't move, like it was just like she was frozen in time. Oh my god, the transition when Ivy would like pick her up and she would reverse to the back, it just looked like it was so slow. It was just like, like I was like,
Oh,
what am I watching?
no. Well, I ain't surprised. I wasn't
Am I
surprised by the shit I saw.
Christopher says Ivy is not a good wrestler. No, I don't think she is either. Because if she was a good wrestler, you could probably get something better out of this. Ivy's another person who's pretty green as well. She just started wrestling like 4 years ago herself, same as Maxine. But like, at least Ivy got her reps on NXT. You called Maxine up before even having a match in fucking NXT. That's unbelievably short-sighted by this company.
And mind you, this is the person that took the title away from Becky Lynch. Leaps and bounds, people! Leaps and bounds! Here we are.
And bounds. I saw some fucking YouTube, an actual like big YouTube channel who said that same stupid shit. And when they did like a most improved list, and Maxine made it, and then they said she's leaps and bounds better than she used to. I'm just like, y'all motherfuckers be watching True Hill Heat. Y'all funny. We get
that was good. That was good relief.
Yes, we got to look at the NXT stars who were a part of Saturday night's main event. And then we get the young OG, Javon Evans, who is backstage with Raw General Manager Adam Pearce. He is happy to be here with Pearce when El Grande Americano comes in to ask why he and his guys didn't get a chance at Saturday night's main event. I loved Javon during this whole segment, because you can see him trying to understand what El Grande is saying the entire time. Like, you just watch this segment back if you didn't watch Javon throughout this segment, but he's like decoding. It's like he's doing a decoding of what El Grande is saying. So when El Grande finally insults him, he speaks up and he says like he's like, he don't know too much Spanish, but he understand you talking kind of crazy. He was like, if any of y'all want the smoke, you come get it. And Pierce says that he's like, how about we do one of the Americanos versus Javon? And El Grande asks one of the Americanos to step up, and Rayo Americano does, aka Pete Dunne. So we're getting Pete Dunne versus Javon Evans next week on Monday Night Raw, a special Christmas edition of Monday Night Raw. Javon Evans making his return to Monday Night Raw. When do you think they're going to make this official? Because at this point, they might as well just call up Javon Evans.
I mean, to be fair, like, they're not going to give him the NXT title, so you might as well fucking have, like,
you fucking blew up his next title shot early. Like,
it was hard to even like take. I didn't pay attention to Javon that much, and I probably won't go back and watch the segment, because what the fuck is this guy doing in a fucking suit with his mask on, and then these other two are in full-blown ring gear? Like, what are we doing? Like, what the fuck are we actually doing? Like, yo, this show is just annoying me. And it's like, this man is holding an interview fully suited up, and these two motherfuckers is ready to go, knowing they ain't gonna have a match tonight, but they gotta be in ring gear, in full-blown ring gear, looking fucking ridiculous as they fucking do. Whatever.
Weh. Yeah, he does say weh every other word. And yes, Javon was great. I love Javon. Yeah, Chilling with Chase is also right. He says, when they making Leon Slater an official NXT wrestler, probably in 2026, because I know his deal expires in 2026, and he's all but good as gone. Good as gone. He is following in the footsteps of Jordan Grace and Joe Hendry. He's out of here.
I mean, he's already in WWE.
True. Very true. Very true.
No, I'm just waiting for the official announcement that WWE has purchased TNA. I'm just waiting for the official. it's like it's bound to happen. I'm just waiting for it
Bound
to
for glory.
Yeah, it's gonna buy the fucking company, and I mean they already fucking fully infected them already. So why not just fucking take them?
Next was the second best segment after the opening segment for me personally. A very pissed off CM Punk is here, our world heavyweight champion. He's been away for 2 weeks after being attacked at War Games, but that has left him sitting on his couch and having to listen to Braun Breaker. He says that means having Breaker puff up his chest out and run his mouth. But brains have never run in Breaker's family, which got some ooze from the crowd. Breaker says that he was upset or pissed off that he didn't get the 2011 CM Punk. But, buddy, you can't even handle the 2025 CM Punk without the help of your friends. Breaker beat him, and it took all the help of all of his new friends, Bronson Reed, that numb tart, Drew McIntyre, Brock Lesnar with an F5, and you still needed a masked man to beat me. He says all it took was an F5, a SNME, a Drew McIntyre, or the Masked Man. Paul Heyman has built up a lot of people over the years when they weren't ready yet, and Breaker might be one of them. He says that being said, if Breaker mentions his wife's name again, it stops being about the belt and it starts being personal. Because he'll rip Breaker's eyes out of his socket and relieve him of his single-digit IQ brain when he pisses on it. On January 5th, he says, bring the Vision, bring the Masked Man, hell, bring your dumb father and his dumber brother, because Breaker is going to need all the help he can find. When Breaker loses, Heyman will have to move on to the next big thing. And the Vision will be doing TikTok videos with that YouTube scammer, Logan Paul. That's going to leave Breaker with dumber and dumber. With dumb and dumber. And it doesn't take Steiner math to know that GTS equals 1, 2, 3. This was the best CM Punk promo, I want to say, in like 9 months. He felt like motivated and fired up, and he sold me on the January 5th main event. And that line at the end, you don't take cider math to know that GTS equals 1, 2, 3. That's a bar. That's a bar.
Hey, you see how all it takes is a little nudge. All that man had to do was talk about his wife. All he had to do is talk about his wife, and that's when you get that CM Punk. That was great. Like that was really good. I think I watched that promo twice. Like that shit was really good. Like that he was cooking. He was cooking. He was on one, and yeah, and just kind of lets me know. And still, the world heavyweight champion after January 5th in Brooklyn will be CM Punk. So
I ain't going front. The way Punk was coming at the Steiners, I was like, yo, what Rick and Scott did to Punk? But it was their perfect response. Yeah, it was the perfect response where he took all the vitriol and all the nasty things that Braun said about AJ Lee, and he just turned it back on his dad and his brother. That shit made it feel personal. I will give it that.
Yeah, you talked about my wife, bitch. Ain't no limits now. I'm gonna talk about you and your stupid ass family now. Fuck them. Fuck them all.
And yes, Dion, you're probably right. He says, pretty sure Logan not gonna like that U2 scammer line. I think they're cool in real life, honestly. The way they work together in the ring and the way you can see them like on Unreal and stuff interacting, I think they're probably cool in real life.
Sure Logan Paul is pretty like backstage, like, and the fact that now he is pretty much locked in. Like, give credit a little bit of. I'll give a little bit of credit to him. Like, he's basically been on TV every week since he's joined the Vision. So he's been a full-timer, basically. He's been there all the time. So that is the thing that I was asking for from that man in particular, and he's been delivering that. So can't be mad at that. But doesn't mean that talking shit about you and factual information to the fan of wrestling doesn't apply to you still.
Yeah. So this was a good piece of business towards building up the big January 5th World Heavyweight Championship matchup. Someone who is not building to a next matchup, or we don't even know when his next matchup is going to be, is Dominic Mysterio, who's still celebrating his win back at Survivor Series as he's hanging out with the Judgment Day, Liv Morgan, and Roxanne Perez. Dom is ready to see Rey Mysterio get taken out tonight, and Liv Morgan is ready for Raquel Rodriguez to win the WWE Women's World Championship tonight. Morgan and Perez, they head over to Raquel and give her some words of encouragement. Raquel respectfully says that she wants to do this on her own when Liv and Roxanne offer their services to be in her corner. And Morgan was very bubbly in this whole segment. She said, that's fine. You know, me and Roxanne are worried about getting the women's tag team championships, and then the Judgment Day will have all the gold again. But I screenshot this as well. This look, because this was the best part of this whole backstage segment, was the fact when Raquel looked at Roxanne to say something, Liv gave her the death stare to the back of her head, which maybe teases that Liv is rather upset that Raquel is in the title picture and not her. What did you think?
I mean, can you feel the passive tension? Can you feel the passive aggressiveness that's she's kind of feeling a certain kind of way? And she definitely gonna feel a certain kind of way after the performance that you're about to see. But yeah, like you're over here wasting my time with the shit that you're about to do out there. God,
I mean, hey, I insulted the Maxine and Ivy matchup mainly because it was bad and they worked it like very, very slow, like they were working in quicksand. But also the crowd could not give a fuck. So it's hard to watch and really take in a match that is not good, and also the crowd doesn't care about it. And we kind of got the same thing here. For the WWE Women's World Championship, it was Stephanie Vicaire defending against Raquel Rodriguez. And oh my God.
That's a bad photo.
But oh my God. Like, Stephanie does not get the same pop that she did in December.
I wonder why.
I mean, matches like this is probably
in a nasty vortex right now. A nasty vortex.
Raquel dominates a lot of this matchup. Eventually, she avoids a charge in the corner, getting pulled into a cross arm choke. That's broken up, and a dragon screw leg whip out of the corner takes Rodriguez down again. Back up, we get shoulders in the corner, and Vicaire is in trouble so she armbars Rodriguez over the ropes. That is broken up when Rodriguez slams her down on the apron. Then Vicaire is up by 2 though. A Vader bomb has to be abandoned though, as Vicaire gets in a knockdown of her own and sets up for the Devil's Kiss. She hits it. Now the armbar over the ropes works a little bit better, and they head outside. Vicaire does a little dive off the apron onto Raquel, but Raquel catches her. She can't post Vicaire as Vicaire gets the better of her. We get this weird little camera angle where we see the cameraman knock over the stand that has the WWE Women's World Championship, and then we get our clusterfuck finish as Nikki Bella pops up, jumps out of the crowd, and attacks Stephanie Vicaire, slamming her into the ring post, slams her into the barricade. She throws Raquel Rodriguez into the steel steps. She puts Stephanie into the ring, and she puts her on her shoulders to hit the Rack Attack 2.0 to lay out the WWE Women's World Champion. Nikki Bella talks her trash and says that she is a legend and that they need to respect her, despite the fact that Nikki Bella has not won a singles match in the whole duration of 2025, it looks like she's going to have a third fucking title match since her return. That's outrageous. Any thoughts?
I'm upset, yo. Like these cocksuckers is literally fucking absolutely nuking Stephanie Vaquer right now. How do you have the hottest premier star in the women's division, and this is what the fuck y'all subject her to? This nasty fucking vortex with the same 3 women every week. Every week it's the same 3 fucking women. The same 3. It's either fucking Roxanne, Raquel, Nikki. Roxanne, Raquel, Nikki. Roxanne, Raquel, Nikki. Like, oh my God. Like, what the fuck did Stephanie do to y'all? What did she do to y'all to deserve this? When there's a whole litany of fucking women that she could be fighting. Like, this is so annoying. This is so annoying. Because they are just nuking and making her look like she is going to be having one of the worst women's championship runs in recent memory. Like, oh my God. And then they'll probably fucking encapsulate this bullshit by a fatal 4-way match with all 4 of these fucking women.
No, with Liv. It's going to be with Liv.
No, it won't be with Liv. Like, God damn. It's every week she's dealing with the same people. Like, they don't got a roster. This is why it's insanely annoying. Like, you got literally 4 other women that is going for the fuck that's in the tag division. You got 4 other women that's literally on SmackDown in the tag division. But no, y'all want to keep them strapped there and leave her fucking high and dry with the same 3. Whatever.
I think that Monizzi is onto something here, where even if they mix it up a little bit, WWE have conditioned the crowd to feel a certain way about Stephanie. And he says WWE has really messed up with stuff. They've really programmed the crowd to only care about the Devil's Kiss. They were eerily silent until she hits that Devil's Kiss in this matchup. They made one of the best women's wrestlers in the world today into a one-move meme.
It's fucking dreadful.
It's either dreadful or it might be a secret talent by WWE. The fact that they're able to do this type of stuff.
Yo, she has literally only had matches with 3 people.
And yo, Bailey and Lyra ain't doing shit. People want to say, oh, they're tied up in the tag team division. No, they're not. They're not even in contention for those tag team titles.
How long can you remind me has Stephanie Vaquer been women's champion?
Since September.
Why the fuck is she still fighting the same 3 chicks? Why? We're about to be in 2026. It's the same 3 over and over and over again, and wonder why people don't give a fuck.
I don't know who's worse, you or Chrissy. Chrissy says Nikki must have sucked several people off because there's no reason why she keep getting a title shot.
She ain't wrong. 3 title matches in 2 months is diabolical, bro. Is diabolical. When you got the women's roster that we have.
It is diabolical to have the Raw Women's Division.
Damn, that has 3000 must be real, bro.
The Raw Women's Division right now has Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, Asuka, Kairi Sane. You got Bailey, Lyra Valkyria, Becky Lynch, AJ Lee is technically on this brand. You got Stephanie McCare fucking facing the same two people every week. Kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. Dion says he cannot confirm or deny Chrissy Love's claim. So that is a good answer. That's a pretty good answer. We got Monizy who says, I guess Bailey, Lyra, Io, Rhea, and Becky just don't care about the world title no more. It's insane to me that this company decided pre-Survivor Series they were in a holding pattern. They went into a holding pattern pre-Survivor Series. Sometimes the holding pattern last year happened after Survivor Series. This one really happened pre-Survivor Series.
Dog, this match sucked. This match sucked. Like, it's making the matches worse. Like, the match wasn't even good.
Hey, to be fair, Chrissy, did you really expect Bailey to win against Sol Ruka? Because I didn't. I sure as hell didn't. Wasn't that phased by it because I did not expect anything to come of it.
He's able to help me understand because I can't process it. Can't process it. I'm they're literally like they're fucking her in the wrong places.
Wrong hole. We see Raw General Manager Adam Pearce backstage with Paul Heyman, who is he asks him who is under the mask. Heyman says Seth Rollins, Becky Lynch, Nick Aldis, Bruno Sammartino. I don't know. Heyman has to go prep Logan Paul for his matchup against Rey Mysterio in the main event. So he leaves. Pierce says that he wants to know who is the masked man by the end of the night. However, this segment does not close right there as Rhea Ripley comes in, still wiping the non-mist in her eyes as she asks Adam Pearce that she wants Asuka, which Pierce makes the match official for next week. So next week on Monday Night Raw from Hershey, Pennsylvania, Rhea Ripley versus Asuka in a rematch from their great match back in November. Back in October. What did you think about Pierce and Heyman's interaction? And did you expect that we were really going to see the reveal for the Mystery Man? Because it felt like too soon to reveal who the Mystery Man was. It felt like they'd just been building up the mystery and then they just revealed it.
I don't care. I don't care. Like
yo, this is the show that broke.
I don't give a fuck. Like, this segment sucked. Like, that Heyman and fucking Pierce is talking about a bunch of fucking nothing. And then Rhea comes out. Her whole fucking bottom is full of fucking paint. But clearly the entire forehead to the eye socket literally has nothing on it. And then she's asking for fucking Asuka. Whoop-de-fucking-do. Great. You got a match next week. Congratulations. This whole interaction was fucking nonsensical. Didn't need to be on TV.
Love Top Guy today. This is the best. We got a couple of backstage segments, so we got to talk about. First, we see Rey Mysterio. He runs into CM Punk. Punk says that he will have Rey's back tonight against the Vision, which Rey is appreciative of. Then we hear from AJ Styles and Dragon Lee. They were impressed by the Usos' win earlier tonight, but they're still the team to beat. They're off to talk to Adam Pearce about who's next for their championships. And then in comes the aforementioned Nikki Bella, and she has something to say. She complains about not being appreciated for paving the road these women are walking on. She says that she will have to beat respect into both of these ladies for all the disrespect that they have shown her over the last couple of months. So beware, ladies. Nikki Bella means business now.
The knees were busy for sure.
That's fucked up. Y'all are fucked up. I'm not playing with y'all.
She did pave a lot of ways. She cleaned up a lot of streets.
Fearless. She's fearless.
Oh,
Fearless Nikki Bella.
Oh my god. Yo, they're just swallowing shit with shit, bro.
His show might be worse than last week. I did not like.
I'm a legend. You should be kissing the boots that I'm walking. Like, bitch. Like, ain't nobody want to kiss some dirty ass shits. We all know where them shits been.
Been cleaning John Cena's yard. What the fuck are you talking about? We go backstage and we see Bailey. She is
She still can't wrestle.
we see Bailey praising Intercontinental Champion Maxine Dupree on her win earlier in the night. Maxine says that she has to go ice her finger that is bleeding from the match earlier. Laura Valkyria comes in and asks Bailey, how is she after the loss against Sol Ruca at Saturday night's main event? Bailey isn't happy after losing to someone so young, and she's still thinking about what Asuka said and that she might be on to something. Valkyria says that isn't the Bailey that she grew up watching. Maybe she just doesn't have it anymore. And she starts pushing her and says that she wants to see the Bailey that became a champion, that is the fighter, if she has a matchup with Roxanne Perez next week. And that brings out the role model Bailey, who starts talking trash, calls Lyra Valkyria an idiot. And if she thinks that she's just going to lay down and let Roxanne beat her, and then walks away as Lyra has a smile on her face. And I will say, this was the first segment in a while that I will say is objectively effective. This is effective of giving us a different direction for the Bailey split personality angle that I thought they completely dropped, but they're bringing it in a different way where Lyra now knows how to control the two sides of Bailey. She knows how to talk trash and trigger the role model Bailey, and she's just naturally the hugger Bailey when she's not in fight mode. But next week, we got Bailey, Roxanne Perez, a match that we have seen a million times already this year.
Can Bailey win a fucking match? Can Bailey win a fucking match? Can we get a new woman in the title picture for fuck's sakes? The Raw women's title scene is gonna drive me fucking insane.
Fair with this show. I can understand why. All right, let's talk about the main event of this show. Logan Paul one-on-one with Rey Mysterio. Another match I've seen a whole lot. Paul Heyman is in Logan Paul's corner. They circle each other to start until Mysterio gets in a few right hands. Mysterio is sent outside and goads Paul for a chase, which doesn't go well for Paul. Paul slugs away before sending Mysterio hard into the corner. Some whipping with a belt as Mysterio is in trouble. He gets a shot to the knees that cuts off his comeback attempt. A rather long lion salt hits the raised knees, though, as Paul is sent outside. Mysterio gets in a running seated senton off the apron onto Paul before we go to commercial break. We get a 619 attempt that is cut off as Logan Paul grabs him and is able to hit the three amigos. And he actually did it better than Dominic Mysterio. I know, like everybody else. Mysterio manages to counter a superplex into a sunset flip powerbomb that looked really good. And then a baseball slide that puts Paul onto the floor. We get a running sliding splash connects as here comes the Vision. We get CM Punk with a chair to cut them off as he peppers the Braun Stars to the back. Then we see Paul Heyman. He slips brass knuckles onto Paul's hand as he's about to use it. 619 is set up as Ray hits it, but then he notices the knucks and he tries to pick them up. But the referee basically tries everything in their power to basically ignore the fact that look at this referee. Please, if you can't, just look closely to the referee. where Ray is at, where the referee is at, where the masked man is doing the stomp, you're telling me this referee can't see out his peripherals a fucking all black dude stomping a guy in a green mask? I'm sorry. This is just embarrassing. This is the referee. The refereeing was fucking stupid in this matchup.
No, Rey Mysterio just decided to bang his own head against the apron.
Yeah, the masked man is invisible apparently. That's enough for Logan Paul to follow up and capitalize. He hits the superstar splash or the Paul from Grace for the 1-2-3. This match went 15 minutes, and I did not like too much of it. It was fine, but I can't nothing to write home about. Post match though, we finally get the reveal, JJ. As we get the masked man gets on the apron. He has a stare down with Paul, but here comes CM Punk to chase the Vision off with a steel chair. The masked man heads into the crowd, heads up the stairs, where he reveals, he takes off the mask to reveal it is Austin Theory, who now has a shaved head. Look at him with the new look. Punk yells at him and basically tells him that he's going to get revenge for what he did at Survivor Series. But then Punk turns around and he is hit with a massive spear by Braun Breaker. Breaker grabs Punk's title and he basically kneels down in front of him. Breaker says that if Punk ever talks about his family like that again, it'll only get worse. And basically promises that he's going to walk out on January 5th as the world heavyweight champion. Like I said, the main event wasn't much to write home about. I thought it was just fine for what it was. The post-match with the reveal of Theory as the masked man got no reaction, no pop, which shouldn't be a surprise as he hasn't been taken seriously in years. But hopefully this can give him a fresh start. And Braun Breaker getting some last words on Punk kind of makes up for Punk kind of slaying him on the mic earlier. So the post-match I enjoyed way more than the actual matchup. What did you think?
I didn't care about either. I like, why is, with all due respect to like Rey Mysterio, why is him and Logan Paul main event in Monday Night Raw? Like, why? For what? Like, just make it make sense. This was very subpar main event. It was okay in some aspects. And I've been, if you've been paying it, you know my opinion on this masked man bullshit. I've not been a fan of it from the start. Was not a fan of the reveal. Not a biggest fan of who the reveal is. Because what's going to happen to him is he's going to, what they've always done, he's going to have a nice 2 to 3 weeks. And then in a month or two, he's going to get subjected back to bullshit, as they've always done with this man, because they don't believe in this man. They believe in him for a quick moment, and then they move on. It's always what they've done with this person. And it ain't going to be no different, because no one gives a fuck about Austin Theory. You little independent darlings can say all the fuck you want and try to feel like you have belief in Austin Theory and he deserves better and blah, 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 whatever the fuck. No one cares. And a live audience that got a reveal did not give a fuck. That should tell you everything you need to know where this push is going to eventually go. It's going to go nowhere fast.
See, this is an instance where I do think that WWE expected this type of reaction, which is why I feel like for any mystery, it needs to be longer than 2-3 weeks. Like, I feel like they could have built up the mystery man for a little while longer. And I think they will probably get more mystery man, because I think that this might be the way they introduce a new member to the Vision. Because it'd be like, okay, they revealed that the masked man is Austin Theory, but then if we get a masked man next week and Theory's already in the crowd, it's like, who's the masked man now? The masked man mystery continues. It's something to give some type of mystery, some type of episodic storyline as we're in this holding pattern period for WWE.
I'm not buying it.
Oh no, I don't think they're going to do that because that's actually a good idea.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not buying it because, like, yeah, anything that he says that makes sense is not going to happen because of the company we're talking about.
Yeah,
Austin Theory will fall into obscurity by February. Once WrestleMania season rolls around, you think he's going to be a part of it?
do not.
That thing ain't even going to be in the Elimination Chamber match.
I do think that we have made it to the end of this edition of Rated Raw Review because I don't want to torture my friend any longer. So let us know in the chat. What was your match of the night, your MVP, your LVP, your moment of the night? Whether you give the show a thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle, and out of 10, what did you give the show? For me and Top Guy JJ for the December 15th, 2025 edition of Monday Night Raw in 3, 2, 1. Thumbs in the middle from me. Thumbs down. Yeah, I'm probably thumbs down. You're right. Peer pressure. You're right. I gave this show a 5.5 out of 10. What did you give it?
If CM Punk and Gunther wouldn't have happened, this shit would have been like a 3. Yeah. Those two give it a point each, so I'm giving it a 5. This show sucked.
Seems about right. MVP for the show, easy, Gunther.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, yeah. Hands down.
LVP for the show, I think I'm going to go with the same LVP that I gave on for Saturday Night's Main Event. Well, I'll give LVPs because Austin Theory getting no pop for the big reveal, that's an LVP worthy. And then the person who's responsible for this show sucking so much, Triple H.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go co-MVP because he's definitely going to be one of them. Yeah. I'm gonna go Austin Theory. Actually, no. I'm gonna start this plug to get rid of this fucking vortex. LVP is fucking Raquel Gonzalez and Nikki Bella.
I knew that pissed you off more than anything on this show.
Raquel Gonzalez, Nikki Bella, and that bastard with the H's. So you're getting all of them. You're getting all of them lumped into one fucking nasty fucking puke-filled whatever fucking coil you want to put them in.
Seems about right. But who was your match of the night?
There really wasn't a match of the night, but I will say the best of what we got was the Usos in the New Day.
By default, Usos in New Day. Moment of the night, I'm actually going to go co-moment of the night for Gunther and the amazing heat that he got and actually getting fired up, angry CM Punk for once.
I'm going to go Gunther and Gunther only. This was Gunther's night. Unfortunately, everything that followed it was absolute trash. So, good for Gunther because he's going to probably be the only thing you talk about from this show. So, yeah, Gunther's got it all. All the positivity is going to go to Gunther.
Yeah, most definitely. But we've come to the close for another edition on Rated Raw Review. Always have fun as usual with you guys. Thank you so much for all the support in the chat. Like, we always appreciate you guys for all the support and just chatting along with us, talking about wrestling with us. And we wouldn't be doing these streams like we always do if it wasn't for all of you. So thank you so much. Show your appreciation back. Drop the thumbs up. Share the video. Subscribe if you are new. And comment down below in the live chat if you're watching us on demand. Top Guy JJ, let the people know where they can follow you on social media when they'll see you again.
On Instagram, you can find me at TrueHill_TopGuyJJ. And on the YouTube channel here, I will be on the True Hill Heat flagship podcast next Saturday. And I think I should be here next week now too. So I think I should be here next week as well. I was able to finagle one of my holiday days off so I can have a third day off next week. So it will be next Tuesday. So I should be here next week as well.
Yes, because Rated Raw review next week, the special announcement will be one of probably 2 live streams that we're going to be doing next week. We're going to limit our live streams, not as, usually we'll do 3 to 4 to 5 a week. We're only going to have 2. It's going to be Rated Raw review and the preview for AEW World's End on Friday. So Tuesday, Friday, you'll have live streams. In between that, you'll have year-end AEW tier list on Christmas Day. You'll have some THH cuts and THH clips and THH hot takes on the channel, but the live streams, we're only going to be doing 2 ahead of on the 27th, when JJ returns to the flagship, is our big year-end award. So if you haven't already, go vote on that. The Heaties, the ballots are now open. So go over and vote if you haven't already. You can follow me on the Twitter machine at TrueHillSP3. You can follow the game, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at TrueHillHeat, patreon.com/TrueHillHeat, $3 a month. Gets you exclusive content. The best way to support us when we are not live here. And check out all the great content we got on the channel right now, like our WWE Saturday Night's main event, John Cena's final match review. Check out our NJPW World Tag League final review with myself and Jay News. And me and Jane and Top Guy JJ will be back with you next Tuesday. We got AE Ramble this week. We got some previews, reviews, and of course the flagship podcast, which will have Sat E. Nyangi joining us on Saturday. So join us for that. But for Top Guy JJ, it is me, your True Hill Phenom, SP3. This has been Rated Raw Review number 98. John Cena tapped out like a little bitch. We are signing off until next time.
Thank God, Gunther, you made this show at